election headquarters. This is a special edition of First at 4 on News Channel 9.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us on this election day. I'm Christy Casciano, First at 4, and here we go. Polls are open for another 5 hours. Voters are making sure their voices are heard, casting their ballots in key races all around central New York, as well as deciding who should be president. News Channel 9 is your local election headquarters. Our Andrew Donovan is at the Board of Elections for us. Adrian Smith, Josh Martin, they're covering the 24th congressional race between Republican John Katko and Democrat Dana Balter. We're also following the race for the White House, of course. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, let's get started with our local team coverage. Because the pandemic triggered a lot of people to mail in their vote or cast an absentee, as it's known in New York, the timing of results tonight is going to look different. News Channel 9's Andrew Donovan is watching closely at the Board of Elections for us. You're going to be there all night, Andrew, and I'm not asking what the outcomes are going to be, but how will the night unfold? Because this is a very different election year.
Christy, in one way that we're seeing it's different is just by the sheer volume of people at the Board of Elections. It's always busy here on Election Day, but you're seeing a lot more people coming in with last-minute absentee ballots. You can't apply anymore, but if you've filled one out, you can bring it back, return it here or any polling place, or you can pick one up as long as you've already applied. The polls close at 9 o'clock, and that's when things will be a little different than we're used to. And let's run down for you what we expect throughout the course of the night. After the polls close at 9, people in line at that time can still vote as long as they're in line by 9. From there, we expect the first wave of results to come in between 9 and 10. That will be the first time boards of elections across central New York can access the early voting data from the 9 days of early voting we've seen the past 2 weeks. Then between 10 and 11, we expect results from today's in-person voting. Each polling person has to bring back their data cards to the Board of Election. They have to drive it from as far away as those polling places are to their main Board of Elections. This one, obviously, Erie Boulevard in downtown Syracuse. And then the race still won't be known because the absentee ballots that are still being submitted, still being mailed in, will need to be counted. That won't start until Monday in Onondaga County. Other counties have their own day, but at the very soonest, next week is when those absentees will be counted. That means that any results tonight, if any candidate decides to declare victory or maybe concede, they may want to wait unless they have a really, really good key as to what's going on. John Katko, the current congressman, and hopefully for him, he wants to be the longer congressman. He's aware of that. Josh Martin, my News Channel 9 colleague, is at a voting place in Camillus, and he will be following the John Katko campaign throughout the night. Josh.
Andrew, thank you. The congressman has had a busy election day, traveling to all 4 counties which he currently serves, Wayne, Cayuga, Oswego, and Onondaga. And he's been confident in his campaign strategy. As we know, the congressman has been towing a fine line during this campaign, talking about his bipartisanship during his time in Congress, and at times distancing himself from President Trump. Earlier this week in a Zoom call, Katko went as far as to call the president a knucklehead in a Zoom call with an activist group. Now, he says that he endorsed the president because of his policies, but he does not agree with the president's rhetoric and some of the decisions he has made. And again, as I mentioned, he's used some strong words when referring to the president. John Katko is applying for the job of representing the 24th Congressional District for a 4th time. We spoke to him earlier today, asking if this election was most nerve-wracking.
Not at all. I mean, now listen, we've done everything we possibly can. I'm totally at peace with whatever happens because I've done everything I can, and I've got a lot of faith in the voters. I do.
This race is one of the most tightly contested in the country. It's the rematch from 2018. Dana Balter, the Democrat, believes she can best Katko in 2020. Following along with the Balter campaign is News Channel 9's Adrian Smith. We now go to Adrian in Syracuse. Adrian.
Josh, like Congressman Katko, Dana Balter was having her election day, reaching out to voters to get their support and their outreach last minute. Now, she made her first stop on Election Day as a tradition at the Mother's Cup board. And now, even though the Democratic challenger cast her vote last week on the first day of early voting, Balter made her way to the polling location the Spiritual Renewal Center in Syracuse as a way to thank poll inspectors and volunteers. Now, we had the chance to speak with her there and asked how she's heading into such a unique election night, as we all say, where the final results for the 24th Congressional District won't all be in.
I'm confident that we have laid out a very clear choice between John Katko and myself, and based on the feedback that I get and based on what we see happening across this district and across the country, I'm confident that we're going to be successful.
Now, instead of those in-person gatherings that we're all used to, Balter, like many other candidates, is going to be with her close family and friends and campaign staff throughout the night. Christy.
Adrian Smith, Josh, Andrew Donovan with our team coverage. More to come tonight. Another rematch.